Today I'm doing a deck profile on my 5th Omni deck. So with Solar Strife, 5th Omni was revamped with a lot of decently new support, such as this one, the new drop. It's very powerful. So yeah, without further ado, I'm gonna start off my deck profile. Body of the deck is 5th Omni Super Dragon Sky Emperor, Rugen Drum. Drum actually. This card cannot be called to the center. Call cost, put the top card of your deck into this card store and pay 2 gauge. When you take damage, destroy a monster on your opponent's field and you gain 1 life. There's double attack and soul guard. And this is not once per turn, so every single time you take damage, you gain 1 life and you destroy a monster on your opponent's field. This is very devastating and it's very good to control your opponent's board. So yeah, 2 copies. Next, for the main deck, we run 2 copies of 5th Omni Super Dragon Lord, Fierce Deity, Tembu. Call cost, put a monster from your field into this card store and pay 2 gauge. That's actually by the way. When this card enters the field or when you take damage, destroy all monsters on your bonus field. This ability only activates once per turn. Has double attack, soul guard, 3 critical. So Tembu is back and he's better than ever. This is pretty good. And you'll see why this is pretty powerful later when I show you this next card. Next actually we play is 3 copies of 5th Omni Super Cavalry Dragon Sandstaff Arcade. Call cost, put the top card of your deck into this card store and pay 2 gauge. When you are dealt damage, put the top card of your deck into your game and you gain 1 life. Then if this is during your turn, draw a card and call up to 1 monster with 5th Omni discard name from your hand by paying its call cost. That card becomes a size 0 until it leaves the field. This ability only activates once per turn. The double attack and guard. So let's say you take damage during your turn, you can either call your powerful cards such as this as size 0 or drum as size 0, which leads to some pretty powerful attacks since you can double attack on your side as well. So 2-2-2-2. And that's not considering the other cards in the deck such as the item as well as the size other monsters that reduce their size when you have size roll greater on your field. So yeah, 3 copies of Archive. Next up, we run 4 copies of 5th Omni Sky Dragon Emperor Mugen Drum, the buddy. Next up, we run 3 copies of 5th Omni Cavalry Dragon Merak SD. This card cannot be called to the center. If you have another originally size 2 or greater armor dragon on your field, this card size reduced by 2, so this becomes a size 0. Counteract, choose an armor dragon on your field. For this turn, if it gets power 1000, defense 1000 and penetrate, and you take 1 damage. This ability only activates once per turn. So what you can do is you take the damage, when maybe let's say drum the power to maybe be more than 6k, to potentially survive an attack, then dish the damage out and gain the life back. So yeah, 3 copies. Then we have 1 future powers, drum the future living break. Call cost, put 1 or more monster on your field to this card store and pay 2 gauge. When this card link attack, destroy all cards on your opponent's field and draw cards and deal damage to your opponent equal to the number of cards destroyed. So let's say you destroy 2 cards, you deal 2 damage and draw 2 cards, 3, deal 3, draw 3, and then that's not counted to the attack. So this is just a one-off to clear board if completed. Next, moving on to the size 1 of the deck. You run 3 copies of 5th Omni Dragon Lord Jump SD. This card cannot be called to the center. Counteract, put the top card of your deck into the soul of a monster on your field and you take 1 damage. So by taking the damage, let's say on your bonus turn, you can charge the card 1 card into the soul. Then afterward he gains the life back and destroy a monster. So this can potentially save your drum from 1 attack. Pretty good to preserve drum on the field. So yeah, 3 copies of this card. Next we run 2 copies of 5th Omni Cavalry Dragon Aliot SD. This card cannot be called to the center. When this card enters the field, put up to 1 monster with drum and its card name from your drop zone into your hand. When you take damage, you gain 1 life, and for this turn, give an armor dragon on your field critical +1 and penetrate. This ability only activates once per turn. So yeah, pretty good card. This can retrieve your 5th Omni drop as well as give critical increase. You run 4 copies of 5th Omni Cavalry Dragon, Double SD and Baglex SD. If you have another originally size 2 or greater armor dragon on your field, this card size on the field is reduced by 1. And when this card enters the field, put up to 1 monster or item with 5th Omni in the card name from your deck into your hand and shuffle your deck. Then you take 2 damage. This ability only activates once per turn. So you can search out any of your 5th Omni monsters, which most of the cards in the deck is 5th Omni. your item, which is the 5th Omni Dragon Sword Dragon Wave. So yeah, pretty powerful card. We run it at 4 copies. That's all for monster. Actually, one more monster. Undying Wise King. Countdown. At the beginning of each player's attack phase, if this card is in your drop zone, you may pay 1 life. If you do, call this card from the drop zone. When another monster on your field will be destroyed by your opponent's cards, you may put this card from the field to the drop zone. If you do, that monster remains on the field. So how most people will play is they will always target drum. Since you can't call it to center, they will target your side. So what you can do is, at the beginning of their attack phase, you can pay 1 life, call it back. If they attack drum, you can sack it off to prevent drum from leaving the field. So yeah, that's how you protect your monsters. Pretty good. So 1 copy of Countdown, since this is the Omni Lord, Legend Wolf. Next for items, we run 4 copies of 5th Omni Dragon Sword Dragon Wave. Equip cost, put a hand card into this card so and pay 1 gauge and you take 1 damage. This card can attack even if you have an armor dragon on your center. When you take damage, put the top card of your deck into your gauge and you gain 1 life. Then if this is during your turn, draw a card. This ability only activates once per turn and it has Soul Guard. So this is very good as this allows you to charge and draw when you take damage, especially on your turn. So very good. You also never says what kind of damage, so attack damage also counts. Pretty good. Next for spells. Run 4 copies of Dragon Wisdom Knowledge of the 5th Omni. You may cast this card if you have a 5th Omni on your field. You cast cost, you take 1 damage, put the top card of your deck into your gauge and draw a card. You may only cast this once per turn. So simple, charge and draw to gain gauge and hence more filter your deck. And also to trigger effects since most of your 5th Omni love to take damage like this. Next up, we also run 3 copies of Dragon Lord Quick Slash. Pay 1 gauge and take 1 damage. Destroy a monster on your bonus field. Then if you have a monster with drum in this card name on your field, deal 2 damage to your opponent. So you can destroy 1 monster and also deal 2 damage. And if your drum is on the field, since you will deal 2 if you have drum, you can also destroy 1 more and also give 1 more life. So you can essentially destroy 2 monsters and gain 1 life back from the damage and deal 2 to your opponent. So yeah, 3 copies. Next, we run 3 copies of Blue Dragon Shield. You may cast this card during your attack on your opponent's turn and if you have no monsters on your center. Nullify the attack and put the top card of your deck to your gauge. This is just there in case you have no center and you want to block, but I haven't used this much since my deck is fairly center based, and I'll show you why near the end of the video. Next up, we run 3 copies of Dragon Guards. Cast cost, you take 1 damage and counter, you gain 3 life. So you basically take 1 and gain 3 life, which can really save you sometimes if you need to gain your life higher than a certain card damage. And triggering damage like this will kick in your 5th Omni's effect. Next, we run 2 copies of Bartex's League. You only cast this card when you have attacked 3 times or more during this turn. So yeah, counter, look at 3 cards on the top of your deck, put up to 1 card from among them into your hand and reverse the gauge and you gain 1 life. This is because you will definitely attack more than 3 times in this deck, and this is just to potentially add your impact into your hand, which you will see later. So yeah, 2 copies. Next up, we run 2 copies of Omni Lord's Resonance. You may card your flags. Look at the top 5 cards of your deck, put up to 2 Omni Lord from among them into your hand, put up to 3 into the drop zone, and put the rest on the bottom of your deck in any order. You may cast this 1 per turn. So we play this in order to fetch up our 5th Omni drums, such as the Drum SD, Bogan Drum, or Tempo. So yeah, and if you don't pull the drums, you can always just filter your deck. So that's quite good card. Next up, we run 2 copies of Drago Bright, 5th Omni Light. Cast cost, you take 1 damage, put the top card of your deck into your gauge, and put up to 1 monster with 5th Omni in its card name from drop zone into your hand. You only cast this once per turn. So you can just cast this, charge 1 gauge, and retrieve any of your 5th Omni monster cards from the drop zone. So yeah, pretty good. 2 copies since we don't use it too much until late game. Next up, we play Drago Desperate. Cast cost, pay 1 gauge, and you take 1 damage. Counter, rest the size 2 or less monster or an item on your opponent's field. So this is pretty useful as sometimes you just want to rest certain cards in order to save your life, as well as since taking 1 damage, you can trigger your 5th Omni effects such as Destruction or Life Gain. Yeah, pretty good. Next up, last spell, we run 1 copy of Sky Dragon Divinity. You only cast this card, you have 10 or less cards in your drop zone. Cast cost, pay 1 gauge and pay 1 life. Put 3 cards from your drop zone on the bottom of your deck in any order, draw 2 cards. You cast this 1 per turn. So this is just to filter. Since this deck burns your deck's cards into the drop zone quite frequently. I play this at once only, because I don't use it too much. Lastly, the impact will run 1 copy of Deity Lance Chaos X Tempest Buster. You may cast this card, your opponent has 5 life or less, and no monsters on their center. And your cards attack 4 times or more during this turn. So pay 3 gauge, deal 5 damage to your opponent. The damage cannot be reduced or notified. The card cannot be notified, and your opponent cannot revive. So the reason we play this is because our deck is technically center based. So I'll show you why now. So the most basic formation for this deck is to have your item, then your monster on your your arcade in the center, and let's say maybe Merak on the side. If you let's say you cast Drago Wisdom to take the damage, you will charge and draw both for these effects, and then afterwards you can call Drum to the side. So that's a full formation of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 attacks. No wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 attacks. Then you can cast Bartex Link, and maybe if you're lucky, you will pull into your impact for the Chaos Buster. So yes, this is our winning image for the deck. So yes, this is how my deck runs. I hope you enjoyed my 5th Omni deck profile. I hope you enjoyed this very much. So if you wish to ask me to make another deck, you can tell me in the comments. I might consider it. Then bye.